Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Chat Manitors, for your help. I appreciate it. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Hi, Dorado, Shuranzi, Craig Dixon, Run Unconditional Love Tarot, Essia Draka Brown, Sylvia Strong. Okay. Please don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Also, if you would like a reading from me, feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. Having said that, I'll go to the website, psychicmilou.com. I think I should say this first. I said that the White House was going to have some people jumping ship because at the time when I said it, it felt like to me it was because they were worried. Well, and it still feels the same to me because they were worried about the direction of the regime and some of the things they have plans on doing. One of you posted over the weekend, and someone else also reminded me, I think they texted me and told me that it is going on. So I thought I would mention that. And, it doesn't bode well. That's the other reason why I am mentioning it, for what's going on right now. And also, I have said in the past few weeks that there is a lot of fear at the White House, among other places within our government. And there is an article from Rolling Stone magazine describing the way Stephen Miller is viewed among the people who work in the White House. And it's basically stating what I told you. A lot of people, but people at work, sometimes they smile at you, they laugh and stuff, but you can tell. Well, I'm sure some of you who are intuitive can pick it up. Others, you get a gut feeling, but you say, oh, it's on my mind. I'm just imagining things, but you're right. So at the White House, a lot of people have to be diplomatic. They talk behind his back, according to the article. And because they're afraid of retribution, him turning on them, and there's a lot of backbiting. Do you remember I told you that last week or a few weeks ago? Okay. Intuitively, this is not a good thing for Stephen. I know he goes on TV, has major meltdown under the Trump leadership. We're going to root out every Democratic terrorist and you name it. My friends, I grew up, my early years were in Haiti, and this is echoing that era. I was hoping America would not get to that level. And it is happening. It is unfolding in front of our eyes. Not only Miller going on TV saying that Charlie Kirk sent him a text asking him to root out everybody before he went to meet his maker or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. Intuitively, based on what I know, and what I am seeing to come, okay, it's a very dangerous thing because you can be accused of anything when government start behaving that way, okay, and it is also. And in Haiti, we did not have a constitution like we have here. Okay, it was different in Haiti. Who cares? I'm not sure what we had, to be honest. But here we have a constitution, but it seems like they are doing, Miller and company are doing their level best to basically tighten or eliminate some of our rights. So they are playing all types of games, just like we know. Some people are going to get fired, or have gotten fired. I'm sorry, not going to get fired, have gotten fired because they criticized Charlie Kirk. Do you guys remember I told you this situation was going to get worse? Well, here we go. Okay. Don't worry. We're going to be okay. But it's going to get a little darker than this. But my prediction is this road, the route they are taking to basically change our rights, take away our rights, is full of potholes, dangers. They're not going to listen. Intuitively, when I focus on Stephen Miller, he doesn't listen to anybody. In fact, I'm sure some of you have seen it. Please, if you have read the article, let me know. It's on Rolling Stone magazine. Okay. I don't understand this, but according to the article, the way he goes off on people at the White House or wherever he meets with them, he makes people cry. I don't understand it. Okay, because I'm not going to go there. But it is because he is very stubborn. He wants what he wants and whenever he wants it. And once, not too long ago, I told him, I sent him a tweet because I don't remember what he posted, something, crazy. And I said to him, careful, Trump is going to fire you. I think I've said that here. It was a couple of months ago. Intuitively, what he is doing behind the scenes, according to the article, some of the stuff that we are seeing happening in our streets, the way they are picking up immigrants, legal or otherwise, okay, even American citizens are getting swept up. It is beginning to reflect badly on the administration. And it's going to get worse. And people are getting killed. One ICE agent shot somebody in Chicago, among other things that are going on. And these things are piling up. And according to reports, a lot of ICE agents are suffering from trauma, tired, and unable to keep up the momentum that people like Stephen Miller is required of them by screaming at them, yelling at them and stuff, firing some people just, so he can get his numbers up and all that kind of stuff. It's going to reach a point. The Trump family are not going to be able to take it. They're going to be able to convince their father we're heading in the wrong direction to do something. And also, there are people in the White House, it feels like to me intuitively, that knows people like Ivanka and others who are telling them what's going on. And make no mistake, the printing of that article, intuitively, I don't have any way of knowing except for my intuition. I feel it's not good for Stephen Miller. Because, I don't even have to go give you my example of place when I was in the corporate world. Look at what happened to Elon. Okay? Elon went out and did everything he was asked on, and plus, okay, he got booted out. The same thing is going to happen to Stephen Miller if there isn't a change and who's president, because that's very possible. I can't tell exactly when it's going to happen. Okay. The thing is, we know Trump doesn't like to be blamed for anything that's negative. He loves credit for things that that are going right. And also the other game that's being played, and Stephen is big in it too. The way they are basically using the death of Charlie Kirk. Okay, they are taking advantage of the situation to cover up other shortcomings. For example, they've had people fired. I mentioned that earlier. They are trying to play politics with it to see if they can remove the Epstein stuff from the front line, the economy, all those things. This is a very dangerous game. It feels like to me, the people who are very close to Trump, who understands the situation that this presidency is in, at this point, they are at such a critical period, they have to go all out. Stephen is going to get burned out. He's going to be blamed for everything. And if you, from what I understand, I got to share, I don't know if you guys saw the article, I got to share, he is assistant AG, because he tells Bundy what to do. They give him, I don't remember all the names, they give him a different name for all the different departments. He has major influence. It's basically everything. He probably has about 5 or 6 different names for each one of those agencies that he has outsized influence on. And guess what? All those agencies are doing things that are outside of the norm, that can potentially to hurt a lot of people. And the blowback is coming from people protesting. Make no mistake, the way they're going about using the Kirk death to have their way, they manipulate, they're politicizing it. There is a blowback in it too. Right now, a lot of companies are afraid, they fire their people without thinking. Okay, but the people they fire, things are going to change. Just like that young Army veteran in California who was arrested when ICE went into that marijuana business or farm business. I don't remember exactly. He was working as a guard there. He was arrested. He's turning around now, he's suing them. And intuitively, I feel the same thing is going to happen with the way, they are exploiting this young gentleman's death. Okay? Right now, they're getting the first shot. And somebody, that's how outrageous this is. I don't know his name. He said he's accumulating people's names he's going to go after to have them fired from their jobs. Very, very dangerous. And some of them are posting videos of themselves, making threats to everybody. I wonder what these people are thinking. This moment is going to change, and intuitively I feel the atmosphere in this country is not going to be the same way it is today. The balance is going to return. It may take a little longer than normal. Blowback is coming. And like I said a long time ago, what happens under those dictatorships Stephen Miller and company, they don't watch my videos. I wish they would. The atmosphere they are creating is very, it's creating opportunities for people to do crazy things. Just like that young man who assassinated Kirk. Okay. It feels like to me, I told you he didn't talk very much, and about, among other things that I said, I was getting from him. And he didn't feel anyone would listen to him. So he did what he felt he had to do. And that's the atmosphere when you start taking people's rights away. You are taking the jobs away. You are doing all those things to them. They're going to reach a point. That's my YouTube phone. Hi, this is Milou. Is there a problem? They're going to reach a point. Let me see if there is something, if there is a problem. No. Yes. So they are creating an atmosphere where, unfortunately, we don't know how many of young people or people in general are feeling like that young man. There's potential for this country to be destabilized or fall into chaos. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but they are creating the atmosphere where that can happen. They are exploiting the wrong things, the wrong opportunities to hurt people for no reason. It's not going to work. It may work today, but long run, it's going to fail. And that's the scary part. They think they're going to be in power forever. No. It's not going to last too long. And Stephen Miller, I made a prediction a long time ago. When this is over, he's going to have a lot of difficulties of all sorts. And a lot of people who are taking part in abusing people, that thing is going to come back. And that's what creates those violence in other countries where they had dictatorship. Or when you go, in this country, thank God for we have courts, people go and dispute, they sue one another, they take, their frustration that way. But what they are doing right now, there are no courts, And like the article says, Trump and Miller can make a decision to do something to you. You have no recourse. It's in the article. And that's very dangerous. And it's not going to work. It will work for a little while. But intuitively, this is very dangerous for our country and to all of us. And also, I heard this morning, I read it. I believe he's a MAGA person as well, but he's calling for the death penalty. He's in the military, he's a Marine, but he's a MAGA Marine. And he's calling for the execution of some people. Okay. Like I said, there is a small percentage of our active duty soldiers who sympathize with MAGA, but that was the last thing I expected from a MAGA soldier. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because, remember, guys, I told you, some from the MAGA movement will move away from him. And if you see what is happening right now, okay, and it was in the newspapers, MAGA is beginning to doubt what Trump is saying. That's a bad sign as well. And it's going to get worse. And totally, I feel, as we go forward. Because, I mean, the sun is out, and you're trying to convince me it's raining. And that's what he's doing to them. He's saying the economy is fantastic, food prices are down, blah, blah, blah. But when I go to the store and I buy 5 items, it costs me $100. I saw a lady yesterday, I went shopping, I felt so bad. It seems like he has a family. The cart didn't have that much in it. It cost her over $100. I could see her face. She didn't say anything, but I was looking, because I'm looking at people, watching people when I go to the register to pay, how they feel about the prices, what we're paying. I could tell she wasn't happy, and she was somewhat in shock. Okay, so those things, I don't know if she was MAGA. I'm not implying she's MAGA, but she's a regular person, but she was kind of taken aback over $100. The thing is, MAGA is feeling the same pinch, and they're going to revolt. Like I told you a long time ago, a lot of the MAGA base, a lot of people are going to walk away from Trump. And it's going to be the majority. It's starting already. My prediction is coming to pass. I hope they listen to this, to my channel. They can modify their way forward. But intuitively, it's not good for the country. And it's going to go to a place where I don't think they want to be. By the way, this morning, Kissinger on Twitter said the same thing I told you I said to Tim Pool and company last year. Kissinger said, you guys are demanding civil war. But if you start a civil war, we won't have antibiotics. We won't have your medications. You won't be running around freely the way you do today, or have a place to go to sleep at night. So I think that woke some people up. And I said, yes, I was trying to tell them that last year. Yeah, I'm glad people like him are beginning to realize and letting people know, because he's been to war. Okay? So that's the atmosphere. The administration is politicizing everything. And it's not going to end well if they continue that way. That's my prediction. But my friends, some of you I know are very concerned. Don't be afraid. We all have to peacefully make sure the government, we protest the government. There's another word for it, but I can't think of it right now. So they can hear what we want and what we don't want. That's the best way to make sure that they don't drag this country all the way down into a position where chaos that's being created won't last too long. In fact, today I'm going to see if I can look for some organization. That's something I didn't, because I don't have the time. But I'm going to start trying to connect with organizations they have around here. And, like-minded people. Because if you are alone, I'm not alone. I have people around me. I talk to everybody. I say hi to everybody. I talk to everybody. So that was a conscious decision, because I'm new. Well, I haven't been here that long. So neighbors are very important. So, but the thing is, the simplest thing you can do so that you don't become isolated. And at least you are connected with people who think the way you do, who see things the way you do, and take constructive steps to make sure we stay on the right course. I heard that in one of the videos. Somebody was saying, I'm like, it's a good idea. So instead of being afraid and freak out, don't. Connect with people, like-minded people. Listen to the videos like permaculture. Some of you gave me 2 other names. I don't have them memorized, but there are a couple of good people on YouTube you can listen to, and also look for organizations in your area so you can connect with them. So I simply don't want anyone to be afraid. What I'm seeing, what I'm telling you, and I have not lied to you guys since I started here. So let's hang in there. We're going to be okay. This will pass. Okay? The next reference is Trump's health. I don't feel it's getting better, and I know I'm preaching to the choir here. All of you know. Intuitively, I feel, and I've told you that he had a TIA, but I did not know, I didn't remember. I've heard that the name mini stroke. Okay, but that's why I was asking you last week, I think, or the week before last. Is there something else? Well, because after we saw how droopy the right side of his face was, I was listening to a doctor on YouTube, and he's a specialist in that stuff. What threw me off was after seeing, the side of the face drooping like that, and after that, after a while, he was able to stand up and walk away. He said during that 7-day or however long it was that we didn't see him, Trump might have had a TIA or a mini stroke. Okay, I forgot about the mini stroke stuff. It was unbelievable. So what happens is you can have a mini stroke, but you can recover depending. Okay, you can recover very fast, or it doesn't leave major physical marks, if I may use that word. Okay, you won't know. So intuitively, that's what happened last week when we saw his right cheek drooping. It seems like behind the scenes, that those 7 days we didn't see him, depending on how bad it was, he was able to recover. Okay, but intuitively I feel he's still having mini strokes. The frequency, I don't know. How often? Okay, but he's having them. Those of you who are in the medical field, I'm not. It's not my thing. Please let me know how this sounds. But intuitively, psychically, that's what I feel. And people behind the scenes, they know. So it's like they're trying to go very fast to accomplish and meet a lot of goals. Because, there is a gentleman they call Jolly. He said he lives in Washington, D.C. I watched them on the Don Lemon channel this morning, and they were discussing the assassination and stuff like that. And he repeated a lot of the stuff that I have been saying on here. So that made me feel very good. But one thing he said, that's the other person I think I heard that said, try to connect with people you know. Okay. And but some of the stuff he was repeating is what I have been saying to you here. He's not a psychic. Because he's in DC, he's connected, and he's a vet as well. So he knows what's going on. And one very important thing that he said, I felt, because believe me, sometimes I'm like, peaceful protest, will it work? Or I know that's what's coming. That's what we've been doing. The thing he said, peaceful protest has been working in a sense that Chicago, people started protesting and Pritzker stood up. In D.C., Trump goes out, as we know, he makes up stuff. That's what he does. But things are not going as well as Trump wanted to. And Maryland, Westmore, stood up and said, not in my state. Trump is not sending anybody to those places. He's sending them to Tennessee or Memphis and to a black mayor's town. So when I say don't get discouraged if peaceful protest, we don't get results right away. But I feel he was right this morning when I saw him on the Lemon channel, Don Lemon. Peaceful protest is working. And that's the way we're going to get what we want, a government who does the right thing by us and by our country. I feel that's the way to go. And I feel, yes, it's coming. So don't be afraid. We will get there. And with political violence, I've been trying not to, because it seems like I said, I don't like to scare people. Unfortunately, it happened. I predicted a while back this thing is going to turn violent. We're going to see some more violence, but don't worry. I know some of you are going to say, well, you said it's going to get violent, when you're telling us not to worry. I feel like that's what I feel like saying. Hang in there. We will right up the ship, and the country will be more, well, how long it's going to take is a different story. But America will be as successful, or if not more successful than it was before. So hang in there. Let's hang in there together so we can enjoy that successful time that's to come. But the way the Trump's approach is killing everything. And no, he can lower the interest rate. He can do anything he wants at this point. We are in a trajectory. You cannot abruptly stop the train and go back. It's just like when you see a train, you can't suddenly stop it, or even a car, depending on how fast you're going. You apply the brakes, it's going to, for a train, it's going to travel another mile before it stops. So, and that's our economy, where it is at today. The tariff, the people, the underpinning of our economy, migrant labor is beginning to percolate up. They're no longer here. Farmers are complaining. China is not buying anything from them. There's nothing Trump can do or people around him can do to avoid what I feel is coming financially. But we will recover from that. And the political violence, there's going to be some of it. Hopefully, some people will learn. Political violence has no place in any society. Believe me, I've seen it. A lot of Americans they've never been there. I hope we don't get there. But it's going to be a hard lesson to learn. They've never seen it, so they want to experiment with it. I hope I'm wrong, but they will regret it. That's my prediction. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Mariano Owens. Thank you very much for your generosity of the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. Cheryl 522 says, Patricia Everson, you are right about Mrs. Kirk. Okay. Zna Chick says, looking at suspect killer mugshot and video profile provided by FBI. They don't look like the same person. What do you think, Milou? Is this not a setup? No. I haven't seen, if there's a new video of him, okay, I've not seen it, but it's the same person that was on the roof. So don't, and I didn't think, you know, accuse one person at first and accuse, someone else, or however they want to do it, they can't play with it. He did it. His parents said, too many people have known about this already, because remember, his parents turned him in. So, and also he has some friends who knew about it. They can't change anything now. It's too late. Okay? It's intuitively, psychically, I feel it's the same person. Okay? But logically, they can't change. No way. Okay. Gaia May says, I hope Stephen someday sees the light, sees the terrible things he's caused. Yeah. Stephen is going to learn the lesson. But it's going to take a while. Because he was born with a, silver spoon in his mouth, according to what I hear. His family, they are well off. And he's a multimillionaire. So, just like Trump, he doesn't understand, people like myself who stayed hungry to go to school. I'm still struggling, He won't understand anything about my life. And Stephen is the same way. He feels like that's, look at the posting on, how they treat. It's his order, by the way, the way they're treating immigrants. And it's very sad to me. When I think about it, it saddens me. Because to me, this is not America. The America I know, Americans I know, I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for them. Okay, this is not the same people treating people who come here looking for a better life. I'm not, promoting people violating our laws. But you don't have to treat them that way. Obama deported how many millions of people? We never even hear about it. So there is no reason not to treat people with respect and everything else. But and I'm giving you my example how it makes me feel. Stephen Miller doesn't care. These people like myself don't mean anything to him. Okay, and it's going to take a long time for him to understand and learn his lesson. But along the way, lots of pitfalls. So hang in there. Remember I told you, there is a blowback. When people, people can't help it. They're in power, they think it's going to last forever, and mostly if it's in a dictatorship, because they know what they are planning. And Republicans, they want to seize power and stay in power. Oh, Jolly said it. Jolly said, I don't know if I said it. Trump is only a means to an end. He said something that Trump is Republicans' fool, or something to that effect. Okay? He said the same thing I've been saying. Republicans are just using Trump for now. So, yes, that's giving a lot of people behind the scenes hope that they're going to grab power. They are in power now. It's a matter of how we keep power, and they are going about it the wrong way. They're pissing off everybody. Yeah, except for my guys. And my guys are getting pissed off now because of the economy. Okay, and they're going to start feeling other bad things that are going to happen to them. They're not going to like it, and they're going to turn on the government. It's coming if it hasn't started yet. Everybody is going to feel. No one is going to escape what's coming. Mainly the economy. Number two, they are trying to change the dynamic of the American system. Right now, they have people reporting orders. In Haiti, when they did that, or any other dictatorship, even in Russia, it's death. They may not execute you in this country. They will arrest you and send you to Zimbabwe or something. And they kill you there or El Salvador. Okay? But they will learn. Hang in there. Okay. You're very welcome, Lorado Shivenji. Okay, I'm looking for questions. Let's see. The music is about a huge amount of canned salmon and canned salmon and tuna. Frozen meat, fries. Oh, that's good. Any good sale today? Absolutely. I think this is it, friends. Yes, it's in the music. TIA stands for Trans Ischemic Attack. I don't know. But the doctor, he was talking about TIA as well. But the mini stroke is the phrase I forgot. I couldn't remember the name. I didn't think of mini stroke. I was looking for another name, but it is mini stroke is what defines what I've been feeling. Okay, friends. Thank you everyone for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilou.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel, I'm still trying to shoot for 1 million. Please subscribe if you are not a subscriber, or don't forget to tap on the notification bell. If I'm trying to figure out where I was. Please give me a thumbs up. That's where I was. Oh, today's Monday as well. I'll be back this evening. So, as we know, Monday evenings, so that's when you're allowed to ask personal questions, political questions, pet questions, whatever you have. I will see you this evening, same time. Till then, bye. Oh, also, let me know how many commercials you get, because I found where the setting is to change the commercials or ads, however you want to call it. Please let me know how many ads you see in for my video. Bye.